Hey guys, it's LT from Yanko Design. Today we have the HP Touchsmart PC computer in the house. You may have seen this computer make rounds in the blog sphere, but this is our first time getting our hands on it, and I just wanted to make this video to give you an idea of what the user experience is like. What I won't include in the video are the technical specs. I'll save that for the written post. Of interest is the interview I had with Randall Martin, HP's Worldwide Director of Design, so stay tuned for that because it's a great read. Let's move on over to the computer itself. There it is. See, it's piano black, shiny, with chrome accents. More shiny. And this entire computer is totally wireless, as wireless as it can possibly be. You've got your wireless keyboard, low profile variety, loving that, quiet typing, wireless mouse, 2-button optical, very slim, sleek profile, super quiet. It's on right now. It's making no noise. Now, HP wanted to keep the footprint as small as possible and to keep the design as minimal as possible. And in keeping with that, there's only one cable coming out of the back of the computer, and that's the power cable. And the whole thing is supported by a picture frame kickstand. Let's move to the other side. On the other side of the computer, you have your optical disk drive, volume control, and of course your SD memory card slot. Here's the front of the computer. It's devoid of any buttons except the power button on the bottom right. Up top, there it is, the webcam, integrated webcam. And of course down below are the obligatory Windows, Energy Star, and Intel stickers. And down here, this entire bottom here is a speaker. Oh, you know, I forgot to mention one thing. I don't even see this button. Yeah. This button controls this lighting right here. And there's 3 levels of brightness to it. And this is great because it lights up the keyboard beneath. And that's great because the keyboard is black and it doesn't light up itself. So if you like to work at night, that's the only way you're going to be able to see the keys. There's a design philosophy behind why this lighting is there, and we'll get into that later as to why HP did that. But what I really wanted to show you was the interface, the touch interface, which is sort of the meat and potatoes of the computer. The computer itself is pretty large. Screen is awesome. Screen contrast is beautiful. Color is beautiful. Saturation is beautiful. Really nice. Now, what the HP Touchsmart has is, of course, it's pre-installed with Windows Vista Home Premium, but on top of that is this user interface, touch-based, that HP calls the Touchsmart Center, and here you can access a number of applications just by using your hands and your fingers. So here we have the interface loaded up, and it usually loads up automatically as soon as you turn the computer on. Boot time was really fast too. And to interact with this interface, I just use my fingers to swipe and to choose any app that I'm interested in. So one app that I really like is this one called Notes. Now Notes is kind of like a massive digital whiteboard. You can leave written and audio notes for anyone in the household. And that's great if you have this computer set up in a common area in the house. You can leave messages for your kids or for your spouse or friends, roommates, whatever. You know, get some more milk, we've run out of milk. And I think that's a great feature, and it's totally interactive. I don't want to record anything, but I can move notes around. I can trash them. I'm not going to trash that one though. Video player. Let's watch Jewels of the Caribbean on National Geographic. Now, the audio quality in this computer is excellent. I must say, I just saw the new iMacs that came out a few days ago, the slightly upgraded ones. And I've never had a problem with the iMac speakers. I always thought they were fantastic. But until I heard the speakers on this guy, I realized there was a lot of room for Apple to improve on. And because these speakers are fantastic, they're really bassy. The audio quality is very clear and crisp. And I mean, this computer was designed for multimedia use. We'll get into that later. So it's not surprising to me how sharp the screen is and how wonderful the audio quality is. And from here, you can even shuffle through your videos just by sort of flicking through thumbnails of them. Let's check out the calendaring application. You can see the interface is really user intuitive. I mean, it's pretty simple. I see something I want, I touch it. I see something else out of the way, I just sort of flick to it. Same design philosophy in the UI when you get inside the applications. If I want to scroll through the hours of the day, I just do so by flicking my finger up and down. Those of you who have iPhones should be very used to this type of gesture. If I want to scroll through the different days, I can do this horizontally. And of course, I can sort through my calendar via year, month, week, and day. Now, on the bottom here on these tiles or panels are your main apps that you have loaded, but you've also got these, the second row of apps that you can sort of swap between the two rows. So if I'm not really interested in my calendaring application, I can move it down to this bar and say, because I want, I don't know, a tutorial on how to use this computer, I can move this up here. I can launch that.
Hi, and welcome to the next generation of computers. This tutorial series will show you some fun and exciting ways to interact with your computer using our specially designed HP Touchsmart software. You'll learn some simple technique.
I've already seen that video, so I'm not going to sit through it again. Now, one thing I did want to mention before I forget is the touchscreen technology in this isn't capacitor based, which is what the iPhone is using and what PC tablets have. This one uses camera technology to find the position of your finger. In practice, I mean, it totally works, as you can see, but sometimes there is a slight lag, and I'm not sure if that's because of the underlying OS or because of the touch technology. But it's not a huge lag, you know, and sometimes it doesn't read my touch, so I'll have to press it at least a few more times for it to register. But it's not a huge problem, and it rarely happens. So I've loaded up my music application. Let's listen to Beethoven. Symphony number 3 in E flat major. Oops. There we go. Now, cool thing about this application is there's a persistent audio player control schema right on top. So even if I exit this application, the music doesn't stop, so that's great. Pause that out. And just like videos, I can shuffle through my music library via album cover. Very slick interface, I must say. Oh, another good one is the photo app. Where is it? Here it is. And to just go through my library of photos, I can just use my finger to flick it. And with the photo and video apps, there's this great feature to upload the photos to YouTube or to whatever social networking site you might be connected to. You can play as a slideshow. It takes up the full width of the screen. I know it's hard to tell on video, but the screen is really nice, guys. Really nice. And that's a huge plus, because one of the features of this computer that I couldn't test is the fact that it has a built-in TV tuner. And of course, with that, the ability to record your TV programs. Now, I couldn't try that feature because the tuner is QAM based, and I have ATT-UVerse cable, and that means I get my TV programming via the internet. But if you have any, I mean, it's hard to say standard because broadcast television isn't standardized, but I believe if you have Time Warner Cable or Comcast or many of the terrestrial-based cable network operators, then you should be okay with this computer and be able to use that feature. But for people with satellite TV, Verizon Fios, ATT-UVerse, I know all those companies are very US-centric, but if you have those types of services where you get it via satellite or internet, then you won't be able to use this computer because those services need cable boxes to decode the signals. Now, almost all the apps load within this layer of UI. Some load within the Windows desktop environment. Case in point, games like FreeCell. And you see it's taking me out back to the desktop, Windows desktop environment. The cool thing is the touch interface isn't limited to the Touchsmart center. It also works within the Windows desktop environment. It beeps to indicate that your finger has made contact, and you can manipulate the interface like so. You can open up programs, open up folders, mess with the Windows gadget bar. I believe that's what Windows calls it. And then once I close out of this, it'll take me right back to the Touchsmart Center. So yeah, awesome computer. I'll have more details about what I did like about it and what I thought could be improved in the written portion of my post. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, thanks guys, bye.